Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast, and we're in PBS masterpiece mode for the next couple of days. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing the PBS masterpiece series, The Count of Monte Cristo, episode 3, which originally aired on PBS on Sunday, April 5th. It's currently available to stream on pbs.org, or you can binge the entire season on the PBS Passport app. If you're new to us, we are Girls Gone Hallmark. We review Hallmark movies and beyond. And the best place to keep up with what we are reviewing is over on Instagram, where we are Girls Gone Hallmark.
Hey, we would love your feedback on this episode or anything we're reviewing, your thoughts on the Count of Monte Cristo itself. Email us hello@girlsgonehallmark.com. Megan, I just had a thought.
Yeah?
If we ever move away from Hallmark or add way more additional content outside of Hallmark, would we change the opening to just like, I'm Wendy and I'm a former hater in general? Which is kind of true.
I don't know that that's actually true, though. Don't you think you're the more like optimistic, sunny disposition of the two of us?
Yeah, I do. But also, because you're the realist, right? But I mean, I generally do like not like things.
Do we need to change our intro?
No. I mean, I think it's who we are, you know? I mean, just looking down the road, if there is ever, you know, a pivot in our future, which there's been many pivots in the past. So,
indeed.
You know, I don't know. I hate this persona. Like, I come off as a hater because we have talked about how I hate Christmas and I hate kids, which is not true. But like, I do kind of have like this reservation to most things.
Well, you know, it's our podcast and we can do whatever we want, right?
This is right. And I got to tell you, I mean, I did think I was going to go into the Count of Monte Cristo with a real, like, not so great attitude. This show has me in a chokehold.
I know. With all of that said, if you are enjoying these reviews for us, for Megan and Wendy, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Megan and Wendy, where we publish 4 bonus episodes every month for the bargain price of just $5 a month. Can't even get a full gallon of gas in the state of California for that price. They are pop culture. They are product reviews, nothing sponsored. They are talking about life and parenting teenagers and young adults and midlife and all of it. It's a good time over there. Your first week is completely free if you'd like to check it out.
And if I can add, if you like this episode, I encourage you to share it with someone in your life. Because, you know, we're just sitting here at the kitchen table trying to do the damn thing. And so your support is very appreciated.
That's right. A couple quick notes about this episode. Joining the cast, we have Michele Riondino. He plays Jacopo. Michele is an Italian actor and director with 46 acting credits, mostly foreign projects, including an Italian Netflix series called Fidelity.
Here's what a dummy I am. I'm like, oh, they have Netflix in other countries? Well, guys, I would consider myself smart, but sometimes I'm a real freaking bonehead.
I mean, haven't you ever been served a Netflix show and you open it up and...
Yes, I have. You're right.
It's like completely in German.
Yes, I have. God, I'm such a dummy.
You're not.
I can be.
Stuck in our own little world sometimes.
That is true.
We also have the actor Nicholas Farrell playing Morel. He was in episode 1 as well. He has 165 acting credits, and he has appeared in projects like Hamlet and The Iron Lady. Why don't we take a quick little break and come right back with our first impressions of this episode. Hey, Wendy, what was your first impression of episode 3 of The Count of Monte Cristo?
New money? Who dis? Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm actually really here for it. I'm so into the revenge part of it. Like, it feels so juicy to me.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
This episode was really fun. My first episode is Edmond Dantès has been out of prison for what feels like 45 minutes, and he has stolen clothes, found treasure, assumed a fake identity, hired a spy, and saved a man's life, while I'm over here struggling to respond to a text message.
Okay, did we not talk about this in the last episode? Yes, he came out of prison with a plan. The man escaped with a plan,
He
just
came
like
out
how I
swinging.
So he was thinking about it. He did feel refreshed from his prison vacation. He was ready to go.
He was making that mental to-do list on his flight home. Yep.
Totally. He was on his laptop going, I wish I could get away from these people so I can go and
Getting work
ruin
mode.
some lives.
It's time to be productive after 15 years in a dungeon.
Scraping my way through a cement wall. Stone, I guess, because I don't know if cement even like...
No, it was stone. Yes.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't like a cement machine pulling up to the island. Are you picturing what I'm picturing? The rolling.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
What did you like about this episode?
Like I said in the opening, I love that we get like the revenge turns on. Like we are in it. Like we're doing this now. I loved it. I loved it so much. I love that obviously we don't know the plan other than like he's out to get some people. But it was kind of interesting because like he gets back, he realizes his father's dead. He realizes or is told that Mercedes is off in Paris, married to someone else. Like his entire life is gone. I don't know what he expected. Did he expect to come back and find Mercedes like burning the midnight oil for him? That's not the right term, but you know.
Yeah, she kept a light on for him, right?
That's what I was looking for. Yes, like she was waiting for him all these years. Like, I mean, come on. Like, well, but I guess he didn't realize that they thought he was dead. So, you know, there's just a lot of like realization that happens for him all at once.
Yes.
That for him.
Of course. But it's such a great question because they show him yearning and having memories of her throughout his time in prison, and he remembers her as she was, and for him he doesn't know what has changed, and nothing has changed for him. He's been in prison, so he can't imagine a world in which she's not still in it, apparently. And again, this is not 2026 prison where, you know, there's electronic communication or even the postal system. So he doesn't have any of this information.
Right. I also say, like, with the revenge stuff, I do find it morally questionable on my part that I find it so entertaining, but I also think there's like a little seed inside of me that operates from a place of revenge, which I don't feel great about admitting, but I'm human and flawed. So I think I find it very entertaining to see him move forward with all these plans.
It's absolutely entertaining, but also I think for me, there's a part of it that feels like, no, that revenge is due to them. They behaved badly. They should be punished. Now, I have absolutely no idea the ways in which he is going to punish these people. And I really can't wait to see what it's going to be, because at the end of the episode, Jacopo's like, why don't I just kill him? And he's like, no. They need to pay in the ways in which I suffered.
That's worse.
I know. But I'm like, man, there is a little part of me that's like, he's kind of, Dexter's the wrong analogy, but like doing bad for the sake of good.
Yes.
Like punishing bad people. I'm like,
yes.
I'm kind of okay with it. Now, I may change my tune when I see what he's got planned.
You got that seed in you too. Don't tell me otherwise.
I just want to see the bad people suffer.
Me too.
But here's what I love is the people that are on his side. I think what is leaning me towards, like, I'm Team Dantès here, Team Count, is he's good to the people who are good to him. He saves Jacopo's life, and you're not really sure where that's going. And you can see them sailing away, and he's real torn. He's like, I got to get to this island, but the man's got a gun, so I have to take him home. He steals the boat, but then he makes good on that. Like, he more than makes up for the fact that he steals their little boat, right? Like, sends them all the money and to buy the boat and money for a home and money to travel with. And then when he's first escaped, he breaks into that farmhouse and he steals some clothes and a pair of scissors, it seems like. And he sends Jacopo back with a giant pile of money to make up for that. He's more than compensating these people for what he may have taken from them.
Right.
So I'm like, I like him. Like, he's putting good into the world. I know he's going to do bad, but right now I'm like, he's trying to be an example.
Okay, so I have so many questions. This is so interesting. I think Edmond is a product of circumstance, right? We meet him. He's like this, I think he's like supposed to be 19. He's very young, right?
Yeah.
And he's a good guy. And so we're rooting for him because we know he's a good, innocent man. He only turns bad because of the way he's wronged, right?
Yes.
And so we're grappling with, like, we know at his core he's a good man and he's only enacting revenge on people because of what has been done to him. So it's all justified. But is there a bigger conversation here about people being born kind of, are we born innocent? Are we born evil? Like, is there something bad in everybody, but we are taught to be morally good? Do you see what I'm throwing down here, or is this crazy talk?
No, I do see what you're throwing down. I think it's a hard question to answer because up until circumstances were what they were, we had no reason to believe Edmond was anything but a net good in the world.
Right.
He was good to his father. He was loving to Mercedes. He was a hard worker. He had all of these things going for him. And even when he is first arrested and taken in and questioned by Villefort, he's answering very honestly. It's clear that he's a good person and he just doesn't understand what's happening to him. So it's impossible to separate what has happened to him and wonder who he would have been otherwise.
Correct. I find it super compelling.
I do too. Yeah. So I guess to your point, like, he had that goodness in him and perhaps he can't help but act on that in the circumstances in which it's warranted.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I love seeing the good side of it. And even when he goes to Caderousse at the inn.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite scenes. First of all, it's the only funny scene. Like, when he gives Caderousse the money and his voice cracks, like he's shocked by it. Real funny. That was one of those scenes where he kind of had Caderousse by the balls, so to speak. Like, when Caderousse is like, I didn't do this. And he's like, yeah, but you knew about it and didn't do anything about it. And Caderousse, again, behaved in his own self-interest because he was afraid what would happen to him if he had tried to stop them or if he had gone to the authorities or if he had told people what was going on. And so Caderousse doesn't really have a choice. Like, he's standing there with a gun to his head for all intents and purposes. He does not have to go above and beyond and give him all of that money to get him to do his bidding.
Yeah. Well, and now it makes me wonder, like, it goes back again to moral character when we talk about Caderousse, because like you said, Caderousse didn't want to put himself out on the line because he was worried what would happen to him. So in that moment, he decides, well, okay, unfortunately, that sucks what happened to Edmond, but I'm good. Right?
Who threw the letter in the fire?
Caderousse did.
And then Morel goes and gets it out.
Yeah, because it wasn't actually
not Morel,
burning.
Danglars.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, Caderousse does try to stop what's in motion, but he knew what happened. Mm-hmm. He knows what happens to Edmond. And, like, he could have told somebody, but he did not.
Correct.
So I mean, it just goes back to, these are deeper questions that I think about. Like, would I say something to potentially put myself in the line of fire to save somebody else or to stand up for somebody else. Like, I would hope I would. But would I if I feared, retribution against my own life? I don't know.
I'm not sure that I would have either. I mean, this is kind of a lawless place a little bit, in the sense that you can't even trust the people who are in charge of upholding the law.
Right.
And so, to me, would I have gone farther than Caderousse did? Like you said, I don't know that I would have either. I mean, he stood up to these men, and then when they go above him, that's where it ends. But he clearly did fear for his own life.
Right. I have a lot of other likes I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
We might have to just rewind.
Yeah, for sure.
Things we've already talked about. But Edmond's confession to the priest, I thought this was really interesting because he frames it as justice and not revenge. So I feel like there is a line that he's clinging on to, that he sees himself as a good man. Like, he's not a bad dude. Like, that's how he sees himself. I thought it was really interesting when he goes on to say, because the priest tells him, like, God is the ultimate judge, right? Essentially. I don't remember the exact line. Edmond responds, he says, if God won't do it, I will. And I was like, yikes. Like, what are we getting ourselves into? Like, is he going to kill these people? And you said earlier that he had mentioned, like, they need, like, his revenge needs to be, like, as equally as bad, and maybe death is the easy way out. So I don't know what he's going to do exactly. Just makes me excited to watch. Also, to me, what I thought was interesting, if I think of Edmond from episode 1, even episode 2, like, we've gone through this whole identity shift with him, right? Good guy in episode 1, hopeless but hopeful in episode 2. And now we are really moving into, like, a completely different character of Edmond.
Yeah.
As this
the baddie.
Yeah. He has gone from good guy to, like, scary guy to me. But I'm holding on to, like, this nugget of, like, like you said, like, he's doing bad for good. So that's what I'm holding on to.
I think there's part of me that wants to believe that, because I don't see myself as a person who's typically, like, into the bad boy of it all. But he certainly is.
Oh, just wait.
He's certainly leaning bad boy. And when he's like, call me the Count of Monte Cristo, I'm like, all right.
Stop it. I love the introduction of Jacopo. But also I'm questioning Edmond's decision here. Because the dude, like, he just met this guy, right? Like,
he is a criminal.
He is a criminal. I'm like, why are you trusting this guy? Like, I'm like, my heckles are up. I'm like, just because you've been wrongly accused, you shouldn't assume that other criminals are also wrongly accused.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's putting too much trust in this guy.
Well, I think he's putting too much trust in everybody. Like, he puts a lot of trust in Caderousse to carry out his plans. And once Caderousse is gone, look, again, this is the 19th century. We're dealing with, he doesn't have quick access to him. Like, if Caderousse decides to take that money and run, he may never see him again.
Right.
Which, by the way, I looked up 500 francs, equivalent to 2026 money. It's like 85 to 100,000 American dollars.
Oh, wow.
So he gave him a chunk of change.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But back to Jacopo. The Jacopo character for me feels a little unhinged. Like, I'm worried, right? I'm worried that he's not trustworthy, except when we get that scene at the end when he makes amends to the people he stole from, when he gives them back money. I was like, okay. He's a good guy.
Because he could have just taken that money for himself. Like, he had no reason to take it back to that farmhouse.
That, or he didn't have to go and apologize for what he had done.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you're talking about Jacopo's a good guy or Edmond is a good guy?
Jacopo.
Yeah, but Jacopo is not the guy who stole from them.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. Edmond stole from them. That's the farmhouse that Edmond went to immediately after escaping and stole clothes from them.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Jacopo is the messenger there.
Interesting. Okay, well, this explains a lot then, and you will hear it in my wishes.
Okay.
But that explains a lot. I thought Jacopo had stolen from that family and he was making amends.
Yeah.
And then therefore I was like, oh, he is a good guy. He has a good heart. He's not a terrible criminal. And then that makes him trustworthy.
Yeah.
Do you see? Oh,
I hear what you're saying. See, and that scene was one of the ones that led me to believe that Dantès is a net good because he is trying to operate in the world. He's only trying to bring harm on people who have harmed him.
Right.
And trying to make up for the harms that he has.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, now I'm back on like, I don't know if we should trust Jacopo.
Well, I hear you. And I don't know if we should trust Jacopo either, but the way Jacopo starts to behave once he's in Edmond's service, he certainly behaves in a way that I do trust him. Like his behavior, I'm leaning towards trusting him. He seems to be on Edmond's side. And there's part of me that really likes this like team building of it all. Like he's going to bring all of these people over and this is going to be like, he has these friends. The way I felt so good when he met Abby, who also potentially had done some wrong to land himself in prison. I don't know. I just am like, oh, let's build this team of Avengers.
I got to tell you that I just Googled, does Jacopo ever double cross Edmond?
No, don't tell me the answer.
I won't tell you that. I won't tell you the answer, but I can't. I have to spoil it for myself because I'm like, I can't.
Don't worry. I Googled after episode 1, do Mercedes and Edmond end up together? So,
oh, don't tell me that either.
I won't. So, can I tell you some moments that I liked in this episode?
Sure.
I like the first time he sees himself in a mirror, likely the first time, and obviously the first time in 15 years. It's a silent moment, shocking. I liked that. It kind of reminds us of what we're dealing with here. Similarly, when he discovers his own grave, like this wave of crashing realizations he has throughout the beginning of this episode, seeing himself, learning that his father has passed, learning that he was presumed dead, and not just dead, but dead by his own hand, and then learning that Mercedes is married. I have a question for you. He seems shocked by who Mercedes is married to, baffled even. I thought it seemed so obvious that Fernand was like so into Mercedes and so jealous of Edmond.
Maybe Edmond didn't realize it in that first episode.
He must not have.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Fernand, the way Fernand, he's like, oh, hi, Edmond, right? You come across and he dances with Mercedes. I don't know. I was shocked by his shock.
Maybe he was shocked because he was like, what? Mercedes never showed any interest in that dude.
Perhaps. That's a good point.
I don't know.
Finally, a scene that I loved but was hard to watch when we see Morel cocking the gun.
Yeah.
Likely to take his own life, just as Jacopo delivers the purse to his daughter, paying off all of his debts. And again, this is another argument in the Edmond is a good guy column. Like Morel was good to him, and the money that Morel gave him for a wedding gift was the money that his father lived on for years. And then Dantès saves him secretly. I mean, the scene when the daughter walks in, I was so afraid of what was going to happen. I thought that was great. The timing of that, all the shooting of that.
Great scene. I have 2 more likes. Mm-hmm. My first one is when they're in Marseille. Again, there it is. Marseille?
Yes.
Right? Yes, Wendy.
I just take the question mark off the end of it.
I can't. Anyway, it feels so risky because Edmond's walking around his old life. Like, look, I know he's been gone for a long time, and then people also think he's dead, but are you just a little bit afraid that you're going to be recognized?
Yes.
Just a little bit?
Yes.
Like, the man is in restaurants.
I know.
Going about his business. I'm
walking right past his father's old home.
Yeah. I'm like, this is so risky. The other thing that I really liked, man, the cinematography in this show is so good. When Edmond's looking for the treasure and he finally finds it and he's standing on like this sweeping cliffside, these beautiful shots. It is giving like, I'm the king of the world, you know, a little bit, but I loved it. It was beautiful. Also, we're not doing Did You See That, which is a segment that we usually do in our Hallmark movies, but there is one I have to point out. When he finds the treasure, was it not giving Pirates of the Caribbean?
1,000%. Yes.
Like the ride at Disneyland?
1,000%. And the movie, quite frankly.
I was like, the sun shining in through the rocks.
Totally.
And
He like lifts it up and there's just piles of gold. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk wishes.
Well, here is my whole buffoonery question of it all. I'm like, how did Edmond get new clothes and get cleaned up so quickly? Well, apparently he sold it from that farm.
Yeah, you didn't remember
Did
that.
they just did they brush over that? Or
No, he goes into the farm, takes clothes, looks out the windows. Like, whose house did you think he was in?
I had no idea.
Yeah, he broke
No
it.
idea.
He's like looking out at them working in the farm.
Oh, see, I totally missed it. Man, I watched this episode twice too.
I mean, it's not clear where he is, but he's got to be stealing it from someone.
I don't know.
He doesn't have a home.
I need that like montage scene, you know, where he's like,
You need a
getting
voiceover.
spiffy.
Oh,
I need, like,
you needed
you
like
know,
a
with the
shower and a
music.
shave.
yeah,
Get ready with me.
Cutting his hair. Like, did they show him cutting his hair? No,
They
right?
just show him taking the scissors from the house.
Oh, okay. All right. And then my other only wish is, and I touched on it briefly, is that he is being too trusting of people too quickly.
Yeah, I agree.
He's telling too many people what he's doing.
For sure.
I mean,
yeah.
he's not technically telling them what he's doing.
Definitely
but-
controlling. To me, it feels like he's assuming that the money will be enough of a control. And perhaps it is.
Interesting. Well, he's going to be seen as like a man with power because he has all this wealth, and then therefore people will fall in line with him.
Perhaps. Power is powerful. Well, speaking of buffoonery, look, he calls himself Sinbad, right? He tells Jacopo, he's like, my name's Sinbad. And Sinbad is from the legend of the Arabian Nights who had a lot of treasure, right? But I'm like, man, I don't know that he could read. He certainly wasn't educated, right? Like Abby does a lot of educating of him in prison. And I was like, is this like an oral tradition that he was told? Like, did they tell kids the story of Sinbad the Sailor? Like, I can't, this is my 2026 brain can't wrap my head around the way in which stories were passed down. Like, he certainly didn't have like the book of the Arabian Nights sitting on his night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand how he came to have that knowledge. The other thing is, you talked about the treasure. Where's he keeping it all?
Good question.
When I saw him come upon all that treasure, I was like, first of all, how's he going to get it off that island? He's going to haul it all down to his tiny little sailboat. Second of all, I hope the novel has more to say, or maybe people are like, it doesn't matter. Stop getting caught up in things that do not matter, Megan.
Yeah, these are questions that stick with me, though, too.
Sure.
So I think you are valid in bringing them up. I have some discussion questions. Are you ready?
Please.
If someone had wronged you 10 plus years ago, do you even remember enough details to execute this level of revenge?
Probably.
This sort of significant wronging, right?
I mean, they stole 15 years of his life from him.
Yeah.
Man
you're not
lived in
gonna
a
forget
dungeon.
that.
He was
not like-
forced to eat maggots. The love of his
Yeah.
life moved on. His father died. Yeah, he was falsely imprisoned. I mean, look, I remember girls that were mean to me in high school. So yeah,
I was going to be like, do you remember that person that cut you off on the 405 freeway? Probably not, but yeah,
No.
girls who wronged you in high school. Yeah, but
Yes.
are you executing this level of revenge on them?
no, I'm just thinking if I see them on Facebook, I'm rolling my eyes and thinking she was not nice. Except that's not the wording I'm using.
Got it. If you found a treasure, any treasure, but certainly a treasure this big that he's found, are you becoming a better person, or are you also launching a full revenge?
You know, I don't have the kind of events in my life that would lead me to want to exact revenge on people. I would like to think I would become a better person who lives a slightly grander life. Like, I would want to do good with it. And I would, quite frankly, let's be honest, anybody who's like, I'd give it all away, you're lying. You'd enjoy some of it. You would, you would upgrade your quality of life while also doing good with it.
I think so too. I think so too. But now I'm really stuck in the muck about like him pulling this big treasure chest behind him through the streets of Marseille so he can...
I needed to see him climbing down those rocks with all that treasure. It would have taken days.
How did he do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. Okay, my final question is, if you're in the mindset of Edmond, do you think he actually believes this is about justice, or is that what he's telling himself so he can live with his decisions?
Well, I don't think he thinks like, I'm Batman and I'm bringing these people to justice. I think he thinks they hurt me and I am going to hurt them. I think justice, I mean, he might use that word, but I think his point is they deserve to suffer, and not they deserve to suffer in the eyes of the law, but they deserve to suffer in a way that I feel measures up to the way that they forced me to suffer.
Yeah. Do you think that's like a human instinct?
Do you?
Well, I already admitted that I have like a small seed of revenge that lives inside of me, but I don't see myself ever like plotting a full-scale, torturous revenge plot on people who've wronged me. So I think maybe it could be.
When I think about something like this happening, like if I were Edmond, to me, the greater good would be like, oh, look, I think I'm less interested in the revenge piece of it. And I have treasure and now my life's going to be amazing.
Yes, but amazing with people who don't exist anymore in your life.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me, the revenge doesn't get them back.
But we don't know. Maybe the revenge does get them back.
Maybe, right? Maybe, but it's not the revenge that gets them back, though. The revenge punishes the people who put you there.
But ultimately, is he trying to get Mercedes back? And I don't know if that's what happens in this story. Like, do they end up back together or not? So is the revenge a vehicle to get Mercedes back?
It doesn't feel like that to me.
Yeah.
To me, in a story like this, I mean, I'm very interested in the revenge piece of it, but I am so much more drawn to the happy ending of it all.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm really more interested in like, in any book, I'm like, show me them on the other side of this. Show me the ways in which, and when I read a book that doesn't have a happy ending, which of course is a lot of books, I'm so frustrated sometimes by the reality of it. And I'm like, no, show me the ways in which this all worked out for the better and everyone got what they needed.
I'm worried you might be disappointed with the end of this.
Oh, I know this is not a romance. I read romance novels. Romance novels are guaranteed a happily ever after. I'm aware that this is not a romance novel. I do think there's going to be some satisfaction in the storytelling, though. You don't set out to tell a revenge story and not exact some revenge.
Yeah.
He is the hero in our
story.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
That's all I got.
Well, hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. If you like this podcast, please drop a review in the podcast app you're listening in. 5-star ratings help us out a lot. They really help people find Girls Gone Hallmark to listen to these episodes. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.